What is up, YouTubers? Joji Joe here, and today's video is Vanguard, really, as you can see from the sleeves. It's not a buddy fight or a Power Rangers video. This is actually my first Vanguard video I've made, and I want to make it for a few reasons. One, I love Vanguard. If you guys don't know, Vanguard is actually my #1 game I've been playing. It is actually above Kaijudo and Buddy Fight, and even Yu-Gi-Oh!, even though I barely play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore because of how the meta is. So I haven't really made much videos because I don't know what to talk about really, since I've mostly been doing Kaijudo stuff and Buddy Fight. So I never wanted to bother putting Vanguard on here because I don't know how you guys would react to it. But I thought I'd do it now because, like I said, it's literally like my favorite game right now. I think it's probably the best card game I've ever played. I like it because the meta isn't broken compared to other games, and I can build a deck that I like and I can top. Like right now at Dragon's Lair, at least at the last season, pretty much like we have like, you know, like race, like we have seasonal tournaments. I topped last season's. I had the highest win-loss ratio. Like I won 16 out of 20 games. So far I'm doing all right. I think out of 8 games I've won 4 because I had 1 week where I did really bad. It was just really bad drawing and just I wasn't feeling it, but I'm still doing all right. So yeah, and the reason why I'm talking about this is because this deck is my Escapade deck. It's my favorite deck. I like building decks that are not meta, that are not overrated, like Magic Blaster. I think that deck is crap because of how many people use it and think that's the only way to run Royal Paladins, and I highly disagree, and that's why I built this deck. I built this deck to show that Escapade can be a great card to focus on. I'll be able to like think, oh, he's a 1-drop Magic Blaster, even though he makes no sense in a Magic Blaster deck. But this deck is Escapade. It focuses on Escapade, and so far, this is the only. No other person on YouTube has a deck like this. Other people play like 1-drop one-drop Escapade in like Matsulo decks or like Palomini's decks, and auto-run Palomini's, auto-run Toy Poogle, auto-run any of that crap, and I'm going to show you why. This is my deck. Here we go. So starting off, obviously, the grade 1 or the grade 0 starter is Wingo Brave. It's really in. Obviously, this card is used everywhere. Oop, there's a glare. But he's using this deck because he is the card to search for Escapade. I use it, you know, pretty much turn 2, search for it, because I mostly always ride Blaster Blade, and I'll show you guys how I do that. So, Wingo Brave. We're going to start with the trigger lineups. So we got 4 Lu and 4 Epona, who is obviously 8 crits. Lu is very important in this deck. Again, I'll show you guys why in a minute. 1 Flogo, and now if you guys see the Lu and Flogo, you guys know why. I'm running Barkle. I run 3 Barkle, I'll show you guys here in a second, but 1 Flogo was okay. I ran 2, it wasn't working for me. The 1 is just perfect because I really get off in the first turn, so I don't have to worry about getting Flogo hitting the damage or anything or drawing into it. Or if I draw into it, it still works, so 1 Flogo only. And we have 3 draw, Margle, because of Escapade, I need, you know, soul charge ability, so Margle's great for soul charging, and 3 is a good number. And to wrap it up, 4 heal, obviously. So now we're going to start with the grade 1s. I've made room, so now I have 4 perfect guards of Isolde. It's always good to have perfect guards, and it's always good to have defense. Even though with this special deck build, I have a really great size hand, so using perfect guards doesn't hurt me at all. 3 Marin. Again, I had to make room for certain cards. I actually took 1 out for my extra Assault, because you run 3, but actually I pulled 1 more, so I thought, why not run 4? So I took out 1 Marin for 1 more Assault. 2 Pongal, again, really great for soul charging, and also is good for in case I, you know, to run for Escapade skill, because for Escapade you have to ride over a grade 3. So I try to use Pongal early, put in the soul, and get Soul Saver either for when I have to ride Escapade or for after. Like if Escapade fail, you know, he just succeeded, but the game isn't over yet, I will use that Soul Saver I search for and ride over, so I have a grade 3 after Escapade. 2 Young Pegasus Knight. He's a great card. I love the art. I love, you know, this having this guy in my deck. He's shiny and awesome. And plus, since I do use a Soul Charge deck, he can get up to 12 and all that stuff. And especially if I use like Barkle, he can get up there to the 12 to 15k. So it's awesome. And speaking of the great, the awesome card, pretty much the key to this deck is Barkle. I run 3 Barkle. It's a good balance in this deck. I normally always hit it in my first draw with Mulligan. It's always there. I use Barkle. It's just This card pretty much makes Escapade work in my deck, since I can get with him at the Soul can get stacked up to at least 10 to 12 cards, and you always will get Blaster Blade ridden, so 3 is awesome. And speaking of that awesome Blaster Blade, the key of this deck, and I love this card so much, 4 Blaster Blade, 2 alternate art, because I'm like that and I like having alternate art. I run 4. A lot of people are stupid and run like 2, but I like to be different. I run 4 because he's my favorite card. Obviously, you see my Matt. I like Blaster Blade. He got me into this game. I like his art and I like Knights. So moving on, more grade 2s. We have 2 Galatine, just for, you know, the 10k beatdown, nice rare. And to finish that, 2 Lamrak, because I like my deck to be unique, so I run 4 10ks, but 2 different versions. And 2 Akane. Again, helps out the search Pongo. Actually, I realized I used to do it just to get Pongo and the soul charge and stuff, but technically, I can use this to help out with Alfred. And it works for really great fields. I use her to fill the field, and at least with her and Pongo, it's 15. It's not a magic number, but it can still at least hit for a good number, so I can only... The opponent has at least dropped, you know, a 10k to block this attack. So she's good for really helping me fill the field more than anything else. And because I can, 1 Blaster Blade Spirit. Because I said, I love Blaster Blade. I only ever got 1, and I don't know what else to take out if I wanted to put in more. There's not a whole lot more of a Superior Calling in this deck, except for Alfred. But I decided to run them anyways so I can have the Blaster Blade theme. And now we're going to start the grade 3s. Obviously, the 1 Escapade. Yes, I run a Japanese card because it was a gift to me from my best friend, and it's a beautiful card. We actually make an English version because the manga is coming, so we make it. But yeah, the key focus of this card is Escapade. I'm sure you guys know what he does. Obviously, hopefully you guys know. If you guys don't, look it up on Wikipedia. But he's the focus of his deck. He's the key to show that you don't have to run a meta deck to win. You don't have to run Majesty of the Lower Blaster to run a Blaster Paladin deck. I showed it off, and this card gets me a lot of games. He's great because no matter what situation I'm in, if I know they have a Perfect Guard in hand, I'm going to play him to get rid of their field. More than likely, a lot of times, I'll either destroy their hand because of their field, or you know, it's gonna hurt my opponent no matter which way I played. They're gonna lose the field, and they're going to drop cards to fill their field back up. So that's why Escapade is great, because he helps me in certain situations, and I can show you why he's even more of a threat with the rest of my grade 3 lineup. 2 Alfred, kind of a basic in Royal Paladins, but I like Alfred. If you notice, and a lot of my you won't notice because I haven't done it yet, but so for all my Paladin decks, my Shadows, my Royals, and now my Gold Paladins, all run Alfred, and I like that theme. All my decks have something in common, so that's why I keep Alfred. He's still a great card to keep in the deck, so if you don't have Escapade, you can ride him early, and it's a really good card to have. Obviously, it's a staple. That 20 is awesome. But I told you earlier, 2 Soul Sarah Dragons. Again, he's a good card to search for. He's pretty much a 13k when attacking. Good card to have. And will help this beautiful card right here, 2 Ashley. This card, if I get it opening hand with Escapade, I know it's going to hurt, because with her Escapade and the Break Ride, Escapade is always going to hit over 40. So that's why, again, Alfred can hurt the hand, because they don't have a perfect guard. They're going to drop their entire hand just to guard, because with this, I have an extra crit to Escapade. So this combo with Escapade really is a threat to a lot of my opponents. So that's why I like having it. It's gonna force a perfect guard, or it's gonna force their entire hand. So Ashley is awesome. I may up the numbers, but we'll see how it goes. Ooh, look at SP. Speaking of SPs, my final card, 1 Pendragon SP. I like the art of Pendragon, and he's good to help me for stack up the soul. And what makes him really, really good is because if I don't have Ashley or anything else I need, I can use him to try to help me search for Ashley. So I play this, limit break, search top 5. Hey look, there's Ashley. I just built this up a little bit. Young Pegasus Knight just got plus, and now I have my Ashley to break ride into Pendragon. So that's what I like about this deck. Again, it's the most unique deck. I built it the way I like it. And like I said, it really has been topping, and I wanted to upload this video. I didn't want to, because I was afraid someone's going to see my deck and steal my idea. But I wanted to just show it off. Nobody has built an Escapade deck the way mine is built. And like Chewy on ATX CCG, he uploaded his Duke deck because nobody's built a Duke deck like his. So I wanted to do the same. I wanted to show people an Escapade deck that isn't like everybody else's Escapade deck. They don't build it the way I build it. I built it my way. And it's built to reflect off of my personality and reflect the way I play Vanguard. And it just shows that you don't have to play meta decks or overpowered or overused decks to win. You can build a deck that you like as long as you invest in it and you work hard and you practice and you have really good friends to help support you. You can play and win. And that's the thing too. Don't focus on just winning. Just go in and play and have fun with the game. You learn from your mistakes. You keep on playing. Everybody's going to misplay. Everybody's going to lose. But the fun is to just get up and continue to play. And that's how I finally got to this, where I'm at right now in Vanguard. I kept going no matter how much I was getting chewed up, no matter how much I was losing. I just kept going and to where I'm at, where I'm further comfortable with my deck. I'm very comfortable with this deck. It's really at the perfect mark for me. This deck reflects perfectly of how I want it to be. So, again, I'm rambling now. So, anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe. Want to see more of my videos. Like and post a comment. Thought this video was awesome town. This is Jersey Joe. Follow me on Twitter and signing out.